How I walk through a property and estimate rehab costs. No calculator, no clipboard, just quick math that actually works. So I'm going to show you how I figure out rehab costs in minutes using a simple per square foot system. I'll go through light, medium, and heavy rehabs. Plus, I'll show you how to adjust for some of the local pricing and add in big ticket items along the way. So the system I use is super simple. I'll break it down for you and show you how I use it and then how you can implement it in terms of what you do. So I use a light, medium, heavy rehab system. If it's light, paint, carpet, some very basic stuff, I'm estimating 20 to $30 a square foot. If it's medium, I'm estimating 35 to 50 a square foot. If it's heavy, I'm at somewhere between 60 and $100 a square foot. But the big thing is you cannot forget the heavy things. What I mean by that are the roof, the uh, HVAC system, windows. So some of these items, what I'll do is I'll go through, and if it's a light rehab and I got a roof, I'll use the light rehab numbers, and then I'll tack on the roof separately, typically anywhere from $8,000 to $12,000. Windows anywhere from $400 to $900 per window. If you get into the super old stuff in town, it ends up being a little more. Certainly, you can get it done for cheaper than that. Um, but once you get that and done a few of these, you can have a really good sense of what it costs. You know, an HVAC system, got a pretty good idea what that's going to cost. If it's just a 90% or efficiency furnace, 3,500 bucks plus or minus a few. If it's more efficient or you're going on with the AC, obviously more money. Moin factor. Be cognizant of this, especially when you're into the suburbs. What I mean by that is, inevitably, you end up with a suburb with a big house or a much nicer address. You can expect that the contractor ends up at a little bit higher price. It happens time and time again. So just be cognizant of that. And then always add on. I can tell you after doing this myself, a lot of times in dealing with investors like you, a lot of times nobody has ever come in under budget. It's always the other direction. So be certain to add in 10 to 20% over your budget as a back of the napkin math to go, here's where I think we're going to be. So here's what I do. This is how I use this system to know if I'm going to buy a house or I'm going to be in the ballpark. And then from there, if I am based on the seller's numbers, then it's a function of cool. I can either go make an offer or it's time to bring the contractor in because what you want to do is firm all the numbers up. You want to get to that reality. This is a really good way to estimate these things so you can get moving along in a conversation with the seller to be able to have a really good understanding if you're going to be in the ballpark or if that seller's just way out of whack of reality with their condition given their price. So you don't need a degree in construction to be able to do this. Just a consistent system. Fast math, make faster offers. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you're going to land more deals. And if you need help funding your next deal or getting prepped for funding your next deal, I'll drop a link below. Check it out. I get instantly pre-approved. See you soon.